I just want sex. Hi, I'm Stacy Isidro. I'm founder of Holistic Progressions. So many people tell me they just want sex. And I'm like, well, then why don't you just go have sex? There's plenty of ways for people to connect with each other, whether it's apps, online, going out, depending on what state you live in, and different clubs, and go to the swingers club. There's always single people there, looking to hook up. So, if that's really all you want, then what's stopping you? And then it turns into that they really want something deeper, something more than just sex. Yet their deepest needs and desires are being framed through sex. Then there are people who do just go out and have sex, yet they have this empty feeling or still a lack of fulfillment on a deep level. And they're like, well, I had the sex. Where's this fulfilling feeling? Right? So I have an invitation for you, and this is to really dive deeper into what does having sex mean to you? And I'm not talking about like penetration or touching or oral, not the physical act. What do you get from having sex with someone that's even deeper than just that physical act? So do you go towards sex to experience acceptance or love or connection, maybe power or control? Or maybe it's just simply for pleasure and it's a self-expression. So once we start going deeper into what does that bring you, we eventually find these core needs that are really all the same. A lot of times it is about love and acceptance and companionship and intimacy. So start to consider, instead of just saying, I just want sex, say what you really want. Say what you really desire. My invitation for you is to speak your truth. And if it is simply just that sexual experience you want, go for it. It's out there. And if you still feel unfulfilled or don't move into just going for it, there's probably something there that's deeper. And that's where you get to speak into what you really need and want and desire. And I've often found that people will use sex to seek outside of themselves for something that really we should or could find within us. So I'm not talking about just having an interaction with another person. I'm talking about when we see sex as being loved. We see sex as self-acceptance. We see sex as a way that we have value or worth. Those are the things that we need to find within ourselves. Those are the things that when they're blocked, when we don't see our value, we don't see our worth, we don't accept ourselves, that's what is blocking you from actually having sex or having fulfilling sex or calling in that partner in life or soulmate or multiple partners that you really, really desire. So it's all of those things that are deep inside of us that are screaming to come out, yet we're either unconscious or too afraid to actually say, I want love, I want to be accepted. And when we start to speak into those core needs and go on that healing journey, and we start to have self-love, we start to have self-acceptance and compassion for ourselves, when we find our self-worth, we automatically start calling in people into our lives that are in alignment with who we are. If you're in a space where you have a very low self-worth and low self-esteem, you're going to attract people within that same sphere. So it's about healing ourselves first. It's about making love to ourselves first. And I heard this said in a video I was watching that self-love is not a feeling. And I totally agree with that. I totally identify with that. Self-love and self-compassion, these are actions that we take. It's not like it's some overflowing feeling of joy or lust when we look in the mirror. It's us saying, you know what, I'm really tired. I need to take a nap, and giving ourselves space for that. Or it's saying, I'm going to take care of my body by working out or putting healthy foods in it. Or I'm going to love myself by not engaging in this, toxic relationship or behavior pattern that's unhealthy for me. Those are all acts of love that we do for ourselves. Those are ways that we accept ourselves. So now that we're kind of trailing off on a whole nother subject here, which is still connected to wanting sex, again, my invitation for you is to really start to dive deeper into what does sex bring you that's even deeper, and what does that bring you that's even deeper, until you can get to the core of what you're really, really looking for, so that you can find it. If you want to learn more about how to get to the bottom of this and figure out what your goals are and what your, ideal relationship looks like, what it means to be fully self-expressed and fully in your power and open up sexually, authentically, then contact me. I have a calendar link for discovery calls, and my email and my website is in all my links. So check that out. And until then, goddess blessings and happy orgasms.